What's good, everybody? We back with another Music Monday on this Monday, man. Y'all smash the like button, sub up to the channel if you haven't done so already. Of course, y'all know my name is Jeremy Jones, and y'all know I make content about sneakers normally, occasional try-on hauls, and of course, this is Music Monday. Dunks should be joining the live. I think he's working a little late today, so if he hops up on the live, I will add him on for sure. But other than that, man, we're gonna go ahead and kick things off. See, we got Jay in the building. Says, yeah. What up? What up? So pretty much, man, this is just gonna be like a chill stream real quick. I wanted to talk NBA YoungBoy and this Durk beef. I feel like they've been dissing Sly, like sleek dissing low key for like well over a year now since King Von died, you know, RIP. And I guess we're going to do a little bit of a backstory about the whole situation because recently, if you haven't been living under a rock, I believe NBA YoungBoy, which, you know, is Never Broke Again YoungBoy, pretty much is, or YoungBoy Never Broke Again is the official name, right? But we say NBA YoungBoy, so give or take, however you want to say it. Looked like he took shots at not only just Durk, but he took shots at Drake, J. Cole, and Lil Yachty, and just a handful of like sneak disses too. And look like there's some street beef still. So I want to go down the rabbit hole and touch on this a little tonight. This is what Music Monday is all about. As y'all come in and out of this joint, smash the like button. Really goes a long way. And sub up if you haven't done so already. Slayer in the building says, "Sup, big homie Jay. Keep the news coming." Most definitely, man. We on it. We on it, man. So last week, NBA YoungBoy pretty much dropped a diss he dropped a new mixtape, but on there it was obviously a diss taking at certain people. Now, the name of the mixtape is The Richest Op, or Richest Op, I should say. Now, I will say this, before I get too deep into this, I just want to give like this prop, like NBA YoungBoy is, to the best of my knowledge, 23 years old. A young buck, man. You know, which I think, what rumor has it, he has 11 kids. So he's a busy man, right? Okay. But he's also been in a lot of like legal trouble as well. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear me audio wise okay and everything like that. But safe to say he's a busy man, right? And honestly, he's been in legal trouble since I've heard of him. Now, I know for a fact he's got the younger generation on lock. You know what I mean? And I just got to I'm going to give credit where credit is due before I just kind of dive right in of this beef that I feel like really, I can see where it stemmed from, but it shouldn't really be like a, you know, it's not really needed. I'm also going to go over the lyrics because the song that he dissed everybody on, that one is called F the Industry Part 2. F short for the F word. I don't want to cuss too much on here, especially not in the very, very beginning, because that's when YouTube try to flag the videos. But he take a lot of cheap shots. Well, I ain't going to say cheap shots. He actually went direct, which is kind of weird nowadays if you really think about it, because back in the day, that's how they used to go. Now, everybody sneak disses and you just have to put the play on words, but he did a few play on words, but he let it be known how he really felt. Now I think this joint dropped May 12th, but don't quote me. So sometime last week, Sun Cream says, YB gonna recruit Ja Morant to take care of his beef soon. Ja wanna be in the streets so bad. Which, fun fact, I'm glad you brought that up, Sun Cream. Low-key, when I was doing research for this live to talk about it, you know, I'm typing in NBA YoungBoy, and fun fact, all that was coming up as I was searching NBA YoungBoy was Ja Morant's name, like Ja Morant, which, fun fact real quick before we dive into this too, I see we got Frankie Bang Bang in the building. He says, yo ho boys, what up, Frankie? Smash that like button, everybody, as y'all come in and out. But Ja Morant has been, I think, suspended, allegedly, I'm not sure, but y'all seen the video that's floating around ever since yesterday where pretty much, you know, he's in the car and he flashes the blicky. And there's been a lot of mixed reactions to that too, you know what I'm saying? But of course, one of the reasons NBA YoungBoy name keeps coming up with this is because Ja Morant keeps turning up to NBA YoungBoy. And clearly NBA YoungBoy, I think, tried to take a positive route with his music. But honestly, the negative stuff just kind of gets more, you know, attention, more views, more money, you know what I mean? Just to keep it 100, more listens. And, you know, he's come out, and I'm talking to NBA YoungBoy at this point, he's coming out several times where he said he don't really care about none of that stuff, but really you do, you know what I'm saying? Because it's kind of how you feed your family. But Ja Morant, long story short, this isn't the second time he caught with the blicky. Y'all got to understand what I mean when I say the blicky. But pretty much this is my thing, and I get why people are on 50-50 like feelings about it as far as him flashing a blicky, and if he has the legal documentations to be able to own one, why can't he just flash it? At the end of the day, you're still a representation of the NBA. He's still a representation of the NBA. No pun intended, because this point I'm talking about Ja Morant. Because this could, if you don't know, this could easily get really confusing real quick. But I'm talking Ja Morant is clearly a good representative. They want the NBA players to be goody two shoes. It's one thing partying all the time. That's one thing. But you can't be out there on that type of time. You know what I'm saying? Especially whenever NBA wants you to be professional as possible on and off the court. Let's just keep it 100. And to keep it 100 also, Ja Morant getting too much bread to let it just fall underneath him like that. You know what I'm saying? And we can take it back. He reminds me of a young Allen Iverson, but the difference is I don't think it was, they were also older when they came in too. So it's just a different ball game. And, people like to keep him. I think Ja Morant is also 23-year-olds. How ironic. So they're the same age, right? He's the same age as NBA YoungBoy. And if I'm wrong, feel free to correct me down in the comment section. But if I'm not mistaken, and I'll look it up, I'm pretty sure he's 23 years old. I know NBA YoungBoy is 23 years old. So obviously you could tell they're the generation underneath me, right? And you can tell, ja Morant is 23 years old. When you get in this type of time, one thing that I can say, and I'm going to compare this to both NBA YoungBoy and Ja Morant. And this is not taking shots because I'm a fan of both. I'm a fan of Ja Morant on the court. I'm a semi-fan of NBA YoungBoy. I don't hate his music, but I'm not going to sit here and say I love it. I just say that I give him respect because he's doing numbers. He's doing it without any big major features. He's grinding. He gives me Lil Wayne work ethic vibes, not work ethic vibes. I'm not saying they make the same type of music or they got the same type of style, but as far as like, if I'm not mistaken, NBA YoungBoy is from New Orleans as well. So he gives me that type of time. And not keep in mind also, he's cool with Stunner, a.k.a. Baby, a.k.a. Birdman, a.k.a. Cash Money. So he's very tight with him as well. So, which would make sense. You can tell where he get a lot of his inspiration from. You know what I'm saying? We're going to keep it 100 with that. The Slayer says, with the first overall pick of the wannabe gangster, the streets select Ja Morant from the white suburbs. White suburbs. Yeah, I mean, rumors is Ja Morant is not from the hood, but he just want to be so bad. I mean, to be honest, it's one of those, it's going to take something serious to wake him up. A couple fines and stuff like that ain't really bothering him. Suspending him for a couple games ain't really going to affect the man. Especially because he just got that childhood, like, he's still young, you know what I'm saying? And I could think back when I was 23, man. When I tell you 23, let me put it this way. The reason he need to wise up, though, to keep it 100, because when I was 23, some of the stuff that I did, that I was doing around when I was 23, I'm just now getting clear to some things. I'm not going to put my personal business out there, but low-key, and it's not that I didn't listen, and I wasn't nowhere near on that level, but, we all have our own thing. You have to have time to grow. And he's in a position where, he's forced to actually, he just want to act his age, if you want to keep it 100. But he's in a position where, you kind of can't, it's okay for him to act his age, but there can't be a camera on. But also he's from that era where he grew up with social media. I grew up where social media wasn't really a thing. It came up with my generation. But the generation underneath me, they come into it way younger than I did, so they probably know some stuff about it that I don't even know. Even though we kind of popularized it, but they don't took it to another level. So, but I'm gonna say all this: one of the things that he need to learn real quickly, if he not finna change his ways because his mindset not there yet. Your mind changes every like 5 years, by the way, in my opinion. So when he hit 25, he gonna look back in a couple years and be like, man, I hate I did that. Then he gonna look back when he hit 30. He gonna be like, man, I hate I did that. And he gonna hit back at 35. I'm telling you from experience. I look back all the time like, man, why the freak did I do that? That was really stupid. I could have been this, that, and the third. But I had to learn. So sometimes you have to learn things the hard way. And I feel like that's the route he's choosing, in my opinion. But I do think he will overcome this and be what we expect him to be, or what's expected of him from the NBA. I'm gonna put it like that. Sun Cream says, Ja in a position most of us would die for to be in. He doing stuff dudes in the hood do. He doesn't need to. He has a daughter and kids look up to him. Oh, I didn't even know he had a kid. I didn't know he had a kid. Looks up to him. He's a role model by default, in my opinion. Dang, I didn't know he was a kid. Facts, though. I mean, I didn't know he had a daughter. Interesting. Yeah, interesting. Son King says, these dudes will commit crimes on camera for the clout. It's crazy. The younger generation is different, man. And I tell you what, when I went back to my old hood, stopped by the barbershop, and I got a shape up or whatever, and barber been cutting my hair since I was like a kid. And one thing he told me, like, man, the generation here, man, I can't really, it ain't like y'all. He's the generation up me, right, above me, right? He's in that generation. And he was telling me, like, man, y'all was much more like, y'all did y'all thing, but y'all listened. You know, these kids now, you can't tell them nothing. That's the hard part. They listening, it's just harder to now. You know what I mean? They're coming up where they're showing you how to use the technology, so they're thinking they're kind of advancing you in a little bit too. It all comes full circle though, man. The Slayer says, I appreciate keeping it real, big bro. Most definitely, man. That's all anybody ever gonna get from me. I can't be fake, because even I've tried that route. I can't do it. Like, and that's me and my dad. We talk all the time, and one thing he always say, like, you've been this way your whole life. You can't fake nothing. So he pretty much, that's just how my parents kind of raised me. You know what I'm saying? If y'all see me lacking on something, y'all see me slacking, call me out. And I'm going to give you my honest opinion. I'm not going to fold back or try to hide nothing. You know what I mean? Within reason, but at the same time, that's just how I am, you know? If I didn't get them, I didn't get them. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just talking sneaker-wise in general. If I don't understand something, I'm going to tell you, like, hey, yeah, I don't understand it. Man on the Kick says, in this arena of Europe, that's what up, Manny. What up? What up? It says, Ja, the next Gilbert Arenas. Yeah, Gilbert Arenas did a lot of things too. I'm pretty sure he could look back and, we can thank Gilbert Arenas, we can thank Allen Iverson, we can thank a lot of people, man. So, honestly, but I guarantee you, I will say this, he definitely learned. All of them learn eventually. I guarantee you, even when he looks back, even when they gonna look back, I guarantee they're like, man, I should have moved differently this way, this, that, and the third. It just come with the game. Sometimes if you come in at a young mindset, think about it. I'm almost positive Ja Morant probably just went straight into like being a great athlete and went straight into that's all he knows. So he don't understand, like, man, you know how many people would kill to be in your position? Getting what was his contract? 23 million, $130 million. And had he would have just did if he would have just kept a low profile, it could have been more money. You know what I'm saying? Up to like 200 something. So, big money. Probably not compared to, the people that's been in the game for a while, but, to people like you and I, and I don't know what y'all getting. Maybe y'all getting millions, but, he's getting hundreds of millions of dollars. That's a big step, all the way. So you got to respect it. So you got to respect that all the way. Let's see. Sean Cream says, we just don't want him to learn too late. Some people don't get a chance to learn from their mistakes. It's the cell or a grave. Yeah, and I hope it's neither, man, because that's two places nobody wants to be, and you don't want to go to the grave no sooner than you have to, man. I've lost a lot of people. I've literally witnessed people go to the grave, and I'm talking before the funeral, you know what I'm saying? Dunks knows, you know what I'm saying? But I'll say this, and you can easily say gone too soon. We can think of other people who may have just been, I get what you're saying. People just want him to move more carefully, because my thing, he's drawing a lot of unnecessary attention. And then the thing is, within his generation too, what they like to do, and I hate to keep picking on them, you know what I mean, because I know there's pretty much some good guys in there and all that, but for the most part, if you keep antagonizing, is that the word I'm looking for? Or you keep throwing out there like, hey man, come try me anytime, I'm prepared. Everybody get caught, everybody don't got caught lacking. Now, some people survived it, but not everybody. So everybody don't got caught lacking here and there. Let's see. Manny says, NBA YoungBoy ain't ready for J. Cole's bars. True. I'll give you that. We're going to get back on topic right quick. Good looking out, Manny. I'll give you that. J. Cole got bars, but at the same time, NBA YoungBoy he's got a major fan base too. Think about it. As popular as NBA YoungBoy is, think about how often do we hear an NBA YoungBoy tour? we can't. You know what I'm saying? And even when he was trying to make moves and do little tours, it was allegedly there was a shootout in Florida. You know, that's pretty much, you know, he doesn't know how to handle that. So, or something always happens. I'll put it like that. We ain't gonna say it's him, but you know, something always happens. So, yeah, reality is he's got a big fan base because for him to be he's in Utah now, to the best of my knowledge. Homie's in Utah, and honestly, he got the rap game. You know, he's up there, but he ain't like up on like Drake's level. But then again, Drake been in the game a whole lot longer than NBA YoungBoy. But I think for him to be where he's at, he's up there. You know what I'm saying? Sean Cream says, YB has a cult following. That's a fact, and that's what I'm trying to say. This man has a huge following where, honestly, in their eyes, he can do no wrong. And he's beaten cases, right? He's been beating cases, so he probably has, you know, in his mindset, ain't nothing finna happen to him. He got the best lawyers in the business. But me and Dunk, this is why a good thing if Dunks would have been on this joint too. Reality is, I'm gonna speak from my own personal experience. He may be winning them cases, but them lawyers winning in them pockets. I'm gonna put it like that. The stuff that he's getting off on federal cases, I'm pretty sure while he may be getting a lot of money, I guarantee you, attorneys, you know, they not cheap, you know, and yeah, he got it, but I guarantee you, he's spending it too. I mean, he's spending it hard. And keep in mind, he may not, you know, them kids ain't. He can afford all of it, but I guarantee you, he got a super expensive lifestyle based off of legal battles and off his churn, you know, and I guarantee you. And then I guess you can say this, right? What I'm gonna get on tonight. This kind of sparks on like maybe he feels like the whole industry is against him, and he feels like he may have been blackballed because he really don't think about it. NBA YoungBoy drops but he don't really do too many features. You know what I'm saying? So like I think him and who is it? I'm thinking Rich the Kid used to be cool, but he don't really speak on each other no more. So I don't know. NBA YoungBoy, this is not the first time he's taking shots at people. He's dissed Lil Boosie to the best of my knowledge. Lil Boosie caught a straight bullet. Gucci Man has caught a straight bullet. You know what I mean? Unnecessary beef. But then it's like, dude, honestly, he may not need nobody, but I guarantee you getting a feature from any one of those guys would be nice. You know what I'm saying? Like and rumor is this may have stemmed from a feature, not getting a feature from Drake, and not saying any of these guys need NBA YoungBoy or vice versa, or NBA YoungBoy don't need these guys, but you know, it would be, we do like to see features every now and then, you know what I'm saying? Whether Drake comes over and just do what he do, you know what I'm saying? We would like to see that type of stuff. So that's my thing. He may not need the feature, but you never know where it could take it to the next level. And I think also what kind of stemmed this too is the fact that Durk, right? Him and Durk have been beefing for at least several years now. And I guess Durk kind of baited him in. If you catch my drift, like Durk made it seem like he was about to drop an album last week, right? So he kind of baited people. He kind of baited a lot of people in. He's playing game. I think at this point, Durk is playing like the numbers game. You know what I'm saying? Like he drops fire music as well. And to be honest, I'm not here to say who's better than who. I listen to both artists. I listen to Durk sometimes. NBA YoungBoy got a few songs I rock with, but I know it's more for the young bucks, right? But he still got a few songs that I rock with. I'm gonna keep it 100. Man with the Kick says he does, but not timeless music though, like J. Cole. I'm gonna put this: J. Cole do got some timeless hits, Manny. He do. But some of his stuff is, you know, it's not. I still ain't gonna put him in GOAT status, but he definitely up there. Like you when you talk Cole, you gotta talk like Kendrick. You talk stuff like that. So his name definitely mentioned. And I will say this too, that rumor is where the shot at J. Cole from NBA, and I'm gonna break down the lyrics. I got the lyrics of the NBA YoungBoy diss. I'm gonna go pretty much line for line, bar for bar, where he's taking shots at people. But rumor is we just getting the thing spiced up, man. But rumor is him and J. Cole was supposed to do a song together, And NBA YoungBoy just never showed up. He had J. Cole, allegedly. I don't know, but I've been hearing word around town is he had J. Cole in the studio waiting for 8 hours. 8 hours, and then hit him like, I'm not mentally there today. After he had already been there for 8 hours. So yeah, maybe when it was time where he wanted that feature again, J. Cole probably just ignored him. It's like, and maybe NBA YoungBoy did the right thing by saying like, hey, if this is even true, this is just alleged, I don't know. But even if this is true, like maybe it was the right thing to do too, like pretty much say like, okay, cool, mentally I'm not there. So I need to do, I need another day. But you could have let that man knew that like ahead of time, at least after like, if it's been like 20 or 30 minutes, I'd be like, hey man, dog, don't wait for me. And most studios aren't free to the best of my knowledge, man. Don't quote me on that, but I'm almost positive studio time is not necessarily free. So maybe when he got ready to hit him again, J. Cole was like, nah, I'm not, I got other shit to do. You know what I mean? I hit him back like how he made me wait 8 hours, I'll make him wait. Some people like that. Not saying J. Cole is, but I mean, you could see where two wrongs don't make a right. And is J. Cole really wrong if he knew that he didn't really show up the first time? You know what I'm saying? And now NBA YoungBoy is all the way out in Utah. Like, and he's been in Utah for like 2 years, man. Because he's still, I think, to the best of my knowledge, waiting for another case. So I think he's still on house arrest, man. So he can't be around nobody. And maybe it's getting to him a little bit. Think about it. You're in a whole different environment. Not to take shots at the people who are in Utah, but obviously a different environment from where he grew up from. And I don't, he probably around some of his kids, but he's limited to probably his visitors that he can have because they got him locked down pretty tight, And to be honest, I can see why. Not trying to defend the legal system at all, because if anybody dislike the legal system, it's me. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying sometimes you can kind of see where some stuff coming from, though. To be honest, you can see where some of it be coming from. So yeah, I can see why they possibly could have that. So that's something that we got to keep in mind too. Let me hit the chat real quick. Let's see. Sun Cream says, YB moves like someone who constantly has his back against the wall. This is true. He will take on anyone. Damn near seems like a crash dummy. Yeah, I mean, he will take shots at damn near anybody. He doesn't care. That's the thing. He has that whole like don't care mentality attitude. And but now you want a feature, allegedly. And Drake is in the position where he definitely can pick and choose who he wants to do a feature with. So rumor has it, right? And I'm going to say allegedly again, is that Drake declined to do a feature with him, and that's what kind of set this whole thing off. Son King says, Durk has been smart lately in his beef. Cole is official. Let's see. Solitude can mess with some people's inside. Yeah. Pretty much, yeah. And that's what it is. He's locked. He's free, but he's not free. I mean, he might as well, with being on house arrest and being in a whole different another state he's not used to, not dissing Utah, but and he's limited and probably being watched like under supervision of all time. It might as well have been locked up. And keep in mind, he was locked up for a minute too. So like he ain't no stranger to it, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. I think him and Ja Morant, we're going to put them all saying they too young to be going through that time. Ja Morant haven't been there yet, but he need to leave it alone. Because Ja Morant, look, low-key, Ja Morant just acting like the typical 23-year-old just partying. Time and a place for everything, and not everything need to be on social media. Now, NBA YoungBoy seems like he's been trying to live out the raps, if you ask me, allegedly. And that's not necessarily a good thing, too. The Slayer says, is YoungBoy for the young boys 90s rap above all? I can second that. But he definitely is. I'm gonna tell you, like, it was like some of my cousins, like when I was riding through with my cousins or whatever, I got, they got in the whip, whatever, we going to like run errands or whatever, and they like probably 13, 14 or whatever, and they like, yo, put on that NBA YoungBoy. And then they had a specific song, and when I tell you they knew like word for word, bar for bar, I was like, man, y'all could have just sang this yourself. We ain't had to put this on in the car. And the stuff that he was spitting, I'm like, y'all don't need to be repeating this, but I ain't gonna tell y'all not to, because I know what I was doing at that age too. But I'm just hoping that they wasn't getting really, into it like that. But let me share my screen real quick. I do want to cover some stuff that I do have, like basically the diss, and I want to go over the lyrics on here of how he took shots. So y'all smash the like button, sub up real quick, and let me share my screen on this joint, and boom, right here. So yeah, here we go right here. This is NBA YoungBoy. This is Drake, J. Cole, and Lil Durk on a mixtape. And apparently he even took shot at Lil Yachty for whatever reason. It's like he took a straight bullet, you know. And he had plenty of other people. I think he referenced Jay Prince. He's also, you know, he's went at a lot of people. But, you know, did Durk trigger this? Did NBA YoungBoy have to like take the bait? We can debate on that all day long. So maybe he did bait him in a little bit. And then, you know, at one point Durk was saying like he wanted to fight Snicks 6ix9ine for X amount of money or whatever. But I mean, I guess Durk is the one that's really winning in this whole entire situation, and we're going to keep it 100. So it says on May 12th, Louisiana rapper YoungBoy Never Broke Again, also known as NBA YoungBoy, released a brand new 17-song mixtape titled Richest Op. The project arrived just 3 weeks after the YoungBoy put out his 6th studio album, Don't Try This at Home, April 21st, which included appearances from Nicki Minaj, Post Malone, and more. So he obviously does feature still. Shoe Fit says, when's the Durk and NBA collab album dropping? Come on, man. That must be a joke. I don't think they're going to do a collab no time soon. I mean, history behind this is because of King Von, allegedly one of NBA's affiliated artists that he had signed. That was all involved in that. So NBA YoungBoy pretty much picked a side. So he's riding with the people that's been riding with him. So it shows you his loyalty. You know, not trying to defend him here because I hate anybody that whole situation even popped off. Let's see. The 9th track, Richest Op, on Richest Op says, F the Industry Part 2 made the most buzz on the night of the tape's release, considering the handful of names YB called out during the song. A sequel of his 22 hit, F the Industry Part 2 sees YB take aim at hip-hop superstars like Drake, J. Cole, and Lil Durk. Shoe Fit says, real history, they used to F with each other, but Janie and Von thing messed up everything up. Okay. So they actually was cool at one point, and then when that happened, okay, got you. Appreciate that for the history lesson, Shoe Fit. Appreciate that. Let's see. In the song's first verse, YB faults Drake for his friendship with Lil Durk, considering YB and Durk have had a public feud, public years long feud. Yeah. So he says, and this is one of the lyrics from the song. It says, talk to Drake cross FaceTime, he wasn't feeling me. Told me he F with Durk. Damn, that shit getting to me. So obviously he's letting him know that bother him, that damn, like he can't even get a Drake feature because of this dude. Says, told me that he liked the ish I'm doing, but can't do ish with me. So he can't, Drake pretty much said I can't do it because he cool with Durk. Man with the Kick says, YB doing this diss for mixtape sales? Possibly, but I mean, they was gonna do, well, I'll say this. For some strange reason, on YouTube, NBA YoungBoy stuff really be hitting the millions within the first night. You know what I mean? His stuff go viral the first night, but I've seen some of his numbers, man, and it varies from time to time. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to just keep it 100. But I know it's his like 6 studio albums, but homies drop much music. It feels like he drops all the time. He's on the Wayne energy, I'll say that. Feels like he drops all the time. Says, so when we cross our ways, F what you say, you know what, you're my enemy. So he said pretty much whenever he see Drake, he just gonna treat him like an enemy. So I guess pretty much NBA YoungBoy said, if you're not with him, you're against him. That's the energy he's on right now. So, and I've been on that energy before too, man, but sometimes it's kind of could be wasted energy too. You know what I'm saying? Previously, Durk and YB traded diss tracks. In 2022, first Durk released his YoungBoy diss, Aha, on February 22nd as promotional single for his eventually March album 7220. On the same day, YoungBoy responded with his Durk diss track, I Hate YoungBoy, which landed on his August studio album, The Last Samlento. Interesting. Okay, cool. I thought the Aha wasn't even really a diss, though. I'm just going off what they got right here up on the on this website. Sun Cream says the beef has the entire industry picking sides. RP King Von, though, I don't want to condone what he did, but he was really talented and known for his rap, and yeah, and not faking his raps. Yeah, rumor is he lived out his raps, and I will say this. Let's talk about the King Von situation slightly, real quick. So, rumor is, and I don't know the full backstory, so y'all can help me out that one too. Mandarin Kick says, I prefer Kodak over NBA. Okay, got you. Rumors is they was all cool together and lived together at one point, or some like a little setup where they all work together too. Shootfit says, what if Von really not dead? He faked his death to get away from the cases that fell on him when he died. Also boosted Durk sales. That's a stretch. I mean, I don't want to say yes, I don't want to say no, but I feel like that's a little bit of a stretch. He obviously wasn't worried about them then, but I can already tell looking at him then, Von was really on that type of time, man. And I like Von's music and that whole situation of how it went down with him. Looks like he pulled up on, who was the dude? Because I can't think of his name. Like and I actually liked his music too, but he's an NBA YoungBoy artist. Looks like he pulled up on him and started fighting him, and looks like his other friend shot him in self-defense, allegedly. Quando Rondo, there we go. Appreciate that, Sean Cream. Appreciate that. Quando Rondo. Von was a demon, Sean Cream says. I mean, he definitely was on some type of energy, man. And I don't know none of these people personally, so I'm not here to say bash them, because honestly, I've seen a lot of people say great things about Von, you know what I'm saying? But and I've seen some people not say some great things about Von too. So it depends on who you ask. And Quando Rondo, the thing is, I heard, like, this is my thing. Who swung on who first? But see, I don't know what triggered Von to even do that to begin with. You know what I'm saying? So who knows the real backstory of why that went down, And Durk wasn't with him at the time. So, I mean, that could have easily been both of them. And they had already was in some legal trouble to begin with. Shootfit says, Von people woke him up and told him Quando was there. Oh, okay. So he was like just chilling. But I will say this. Quando Rondo, I'm not defending them, but they obviously wasn't lacking. They wasn't lacking that night. People be thinking this is my thing nowadays. Everybody got one on them. That's why I said it don't matter who you is. You need to be, just if you can avoid any type of confrontation, just go ahead and avoid that joint. You know what I'm saying? But that one seems like that one wasn't going to be avoided, unless it was done on Von end. But I don't know what really triggered it again, so I don't really want to go too deep and say who was wrong. Sun Cream says Von swung first for sure. I don't think Quando even expected it. Yeah, it looks like he just bum rushed him like from the video, right? From the video. I don't know the full backstory, but from the video, it looks like Von just, walk up on him and start wailing on him, and then, he didn't knock him out or nothing, but he wasn't he was also, it was only a few more licks before it was going to be over, because it wouldn't look like he was able to fight back. And then, looked like he caught one straight to the, what. And then, so, also, looks like some Quando Rondo people, I believe the person who did it, also, after he did it, somebody took him down. You know what I'm saying? He didn't get taken out, but he got took down. So the whole thing ended in the whole shootout situation. So I guess Von people wasn't lacking either, but they wasn't probably expecting nobody to be having a blicky to handle business. Y'all know what I'm saying? And I'm going to just leave it at that. Let's see. Shoefish says, yeah, Von wasn't even supposed to be at that spot, but people took him there while he was asleep. Wow. He says, gotta be careful. You know what are too. Yeah, true. I'm trying to be careful because you two really be sensitive with us choosing words. Y'all good. I'm reading it, but I don't want to try to put it too much out there in the air because I know how YouTube is, but I'm reading y'all. I'm rocking with it. Y'all ain't bothering me. Y'all good. Yeah, but I agree with you. Definitely got to watch who you move with, and then think about it. I know his people hate they even did that. I mean, especially if it's something he didn't specifically request. Maybe he had said some stuff trying to blow off steam, but I mean, I still don't think you should be trying to put people in harm's way. But maybe they didn't think nothing was going to be that deep into it too. So I highly doubt they took him there to having to expect that type of outcome. Let's see. Shoe Fit says this whole thing was a backdoor situation. Durk was on live when it all. Yeah, I saw. Yeah, I saw he was on live when it went down. Von's homie, you know what jam when he was gonna finish off Lil Tim. Yeah, that's what I heard at least. Okay, so that's why he didn't get finished off. So I mean, he obviously here, and you know who ain't. So I mean. Things happen for a reason too. I'm gonna leave it at that. Things happen for a reason. Let me hit back on this article real quick. Let's see. Earlier this week, Durk and NBA YoungBoy were meant to compete for streams by both releasing their new full-length project on Friday, May 12th. But although YB held up his end of the bargain with Rich's op, Durk decided to delay his upcoming album Almost Healed to May 26th instead of opting to put out the LP lead single All My Life with J. Cole. Now, if y'all haven't heard that joint, I did hear it actually when it dropped on Friday, and that's when I was editing my YouTube short. I wanted to make sure I put that song. I like it, man. Positive vibes, you know. Like I said, I listen to both these guys, and to be honest, if we're going to keep it 100, Cole did his thing on that track. Like, Durk is cool, but Cole showed us why he cold. He spared no expense with the bars, if you ask me. And that's only if you're asking, of course. Quan says, let me see. Shoe Fit says, how did Durk get off that Atlanta case and not pin all of it on Von? Durk snitched to get cleared off. And there's a gray area about that, Shoe Fit. I'm glad you brought that up as well. A lot of people say that, hey, you know, snitching is snitching, even if, but some people think it's okay if the person's no longer here, if you know what I mean, to just put it all on them. We've heard several rappers come out and say, yeah, I just put it on that person because I know, well, they gone, you know, so you get a free shot to clear it all out. Some people say that's still snitching. Some people say it's not snitching. Some people say snitching is snitching. I know Boosie has doubled down and say snitching is snitching, and you got to take what comes with that lifestyle, which I see where Boosie is coming from, but at the same time, I see where some people are coming from where it's like, well, they no longer here. You know, I still got to be here and survive and take care of my family. So I see their train of thought. Now, how I feel about it, I just feel like don't do the crimes if you ain't willing to do the time. You know, sometimes let me put it this way. When my cases came up, I took every last one up on the chin. Because I lost them all. And not only that, even when I tried to find little loopholes and stuff to get stuff, it didn't do nothing but buy me more time to the point where I had to end up like pleading guilty anyway. You know what I'm saying? So it really just wasn't never, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't live like that, man. You know what I'm saying? And I just took what came with the game. Son Keem says, I'm trying to figure out how he got off too. Everything pointed to Durk being responsible. Yeah, I mean, this is true. I mean, a lot of people say that, but Durk is being smart by not speaking on it. Shoe Fit says anyone and everyone who can get Durk indicted is going bye-bye slowly. The O and the LeBron not rocking with Durk, they know the truth. Wow. So you think, because he from O Block, right? So apparently they're not rocking with him. Interesting. So a lot of people think that, you know, he's pretty much, he gets that person taken care of. So you think Durk possibly could have had something ties to the whole King Von thing? I doubt it because it seems like they were best friends. But I don't know. You know what I'm saying? That Quando boy, no credit for his BS. Why didn't they throw fair one with Von? I know why, because Quando was on the floor begging for help. So, cool, right? I'm glad you said that as well, man. Where I come from, and this is why I wish Dunks was here again, but I know Dunks getting to the paper. Where I come from, there ain't no such thing as a fair one. You want a fair one, you schedule up a exhibition boxing match and y'all get in the ring and do that if you want a fair one. But in the streets, where the streets that I came up out of, and I wasn't in the streets like that, but how we was raised growing up and the stuff that we saw and I saw in the streets, everybody and anybody ever told me, Manny, there ain't no such thing as a fair. If you want a fair fight, you go be a professional boxer. You do what you got to do to survive. And that's why Tim probably not locked up. Because he saw that his homie was not going to be able to survive that beating. Maybe he wasn't going to die, but he really acted himself. I'm not trying to defend it, but from the outside looking in, they went into survival mode. You know what I'm saying? What was he supposed to do there? This is my thing. If it's me and Dunk's, right? And Dunk's got the blicky on him, and Dunk see I'm getting come up short with the punches and stuff, I know Dunk's not going to sit there and just let it go down. He's not going to let it go down. You know what I'm saying? He not going to sit back. He may see me catch a few licks, but he either going to jump in with his own hands and fists, or maybe Tim just couldn't throw the hands like that. So maybe that could be his job. He's the security, quote unquote, because a lot of these guys want to hire their own homeboys versus getting professional security, because safe to say professional security not only costs more, but maybe you don't trust the professional security, but you trust your homeboy that you've been around the whole entire time. So now you got street security and you feel like you're looking out because you keeping money in his pocket. I'm not defending him, but I'm just saying I'm playing devil's advocate is what I'm doing. I'm playing devil's advocate. But like I said, where I'm from, it ain't no fair one. Everybody told me there's no fair one. You know what I'm saying? I don't have the sucker punch a mini. And let me clarify sucker punch, where I felt threatened by the person. And this was when I was much younger, where like, cool, I know for a fact if we square up, I'm not, you know what I'm saying? If you know you're going to lose, like, go ahead and get you one good one while they running their mouth. Because some people just like to talk all the time. I don't have to do that a couple times too. Because Dunks will tell you right now, where we grew up from, it can get shady real quick. So, but I get what you're saying though. But that's the thing. Quando didn't know that dude was showing up to come beat his ass. You know, it'd be one thing if he was like, all right, I'm waiting on you. Just imagine you chilling, you come out of nowhere, and they just start running. Like, if anything, you know what I'm saying? Quando didn't get a fair one, if you want to keep it 100, because he got caught off guard. So they caught Von off guard. You know what I'm saying? Like, really, two wrongs don't make a right if you really think about it. If we're going to look at it from all sides of the angles. I'm glad we touching on this one tonight, man. Shoot Fit says, Quando's man was supposed to do what he was supposed to do. Protect the bag. See? I mean, I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm saying I see what Lil Tim was thinking. Like, yo, hey, man, you know, now you messing with my shit. You know, whether I care about him or not, I got to do what I got to do. And he got bun. And he out, to the best of my knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Again, I don't think that neither one of them was really in a fair situation. Both of them got caught off guard, if you want to be honest. It's just that one got caught off guard with something a little bit more powerful than a punch, you know? And them guys retaliated, so ain't no telling what it is. Shoe Fit says, Quando said he was sleep in the car too. So how both these groups end up at the same spot with both these sleeping? Make it make sense. Was it sleepover? That sound, honestly, if I had to guess, it looked like both parties set it up, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying they did or didn't because I don't know, but it just feels like a setup for real. It's like, bro, like, what the hell? Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't put I'm like, if me and Dunks, this is my thing. Maybe they didn't know that they were going to be there. But I mean, it's like, oh, honestly, like, I wouldn't have only time when me and Dunks have left a couple places where we was both lit, I let Dunks sleep in the car on the way home, but he knew I was taking him home. You know what I'm saying? I took Dunks home, and then I went immediately home. If anything, I should have stayed the night over at Dunks' house. But reality is, the last thing I'm going to do is pull him up at a random spot unless we got business to handle there. And to be honest, I will wake him up way before we even get, you know, like at least 5 minutes. Hey, man, we almost there. Wake up. You know what I'm saying? Just to be alert, just to have an extra set of eyes. You know what I'm saying? But then again, you don't know what they're thinking until you're in that position. Just to keep it 100. Let me hit the rest of this article real quick. After Durk delayed his album, a video surfaced of YoungBoy celebrating it as a victory, talking to the camera saying, BITCH, you know what, pushed your album back and you better not ever try it again. Later in F the Industry Part 2, YoungBoy also fired a shot at J. Cole for choosing to do a collaboration with Durk instead of him. Says, this is the line that he took shots at J. Cole. It says, J a hoe, that N-word play it cold like he was gonna do a feature. So I text his line, a muscle sign. I swear it's gonna be nice to meet you. So he mad at J. Cole for doing this. Now, honestly, I don't think any of these guys will respond. Now, this is the song right here. If you want to watch it on YouTube, I'm not going to play it because that's just going to scream copyrights all the way. So I'm guessing he's getting the shape up and outside and just regular clothes. And he's got, you know, his family members and his crew with him, the few people that he's allowed to be around him. Let's see. Shoefit says, then Durk come out with the Backdoor song right after, I believe, to close the case. Von and Quando were both industry plants to feed Durk and NBA YoungBoy. I ain't gonna say, I don't think those were industry plants, man. If industry, no, not disrespecting, but industry plants, Von was doing his thing for real. He was snapping. Quando probably was doing this thing, so I could see where you could say there could probably be an industry plan, but usually industry plans go way bigger than that. But let's just say their careers, things kind of got a little too real, so I could see where it could have slowed things down too. So I could see both sides. Let's see. I'm gonna read the rest through this article real quick. It says it would be hard to find a rap song released this year with more angst and hatred than F the Industry Part 2, considering Lil Durk stepped on NBA YoungBoy's toes several times where he tried to secure a high-profile feature verse, but with his reaction to Almost Healed delayed, it seems like YoungBoy feels that he got the last laugh. So I ain't gonna say he got the last laugh. It felt like they kind of baited him in and set him up, not necessarily for anything bad or good, but I mean, like, at the same time, it's like, I mean, either way, like, it seems like they had that kind of set up, but they entertained it to get his attention, right? So that's pretty much that. Now, this is the interview that NBA YoungBoy broke again. Pretty much doubles down and explains why he did what he did. I do want to touch on that a little bit tonight as well. Let me see. Right here, this is YoungBoy Never Broke Again sounds off and Lil Durk being disrespected in the album sales and new interview. So this was from May 12th as well. It says, 3 weeks after delivering his 33-track album, Don't Try This at Home, YoungBoy Never Broke Again is back with an impromptu mixtape. So I'm very curious. I'm almost positive the way that NBA YoungBoy is dropping music, he has to freestyle a lot of this. But sometimes, not all freestyles are created equally. And I'm going to just leave it there. Rich Azab emphasized his consistency when it comes to dropping projects. On his eve of his mixtape arrival May 11th, YB hopped on a phone with Double XL from Utah and uploaded his thoughts on the topics outside of his music, but also addressed his latest effort, Stigmas on rapping and Lil Durk. So pretty much he stressed how he feels, and this is what I want to kind of get to too, what he thought. The tape which Top announced, which Top is NBA YoungBoy's, like another one of the names that he goes by to the best of my knowledge. Acknowledged on May 8th, was set to arrive the same as Durk's 8th LP, Almost Healed, last Friday, May 5th. Durk announced his album would be released on May 12th. 2 days later, news NBA YoungBoy Never Broke Again was dropping a new mixtape on the same day as Durk began circulating. However, the verdict is still out on whether or not his was accidental or occurrence, but premeditated, so to speak. So who knows? I think it was premeditated if you ask me, but that's just only if you ask. Let's see. Shoefit says, don't let Durk do a collab with Nike/Jordan or NBA gonna be after them too. Yeah, it seems like he's gonna take a shot. I mean, he's got to be able to work with somebody. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but I get what you're saying. Let's see. Manny says, RIP Von, but that's weak the way they took him out, and I come from both fair ones and no rules. NBA got ton homie gone also, but Durk need to slide. Man, y'all keep saying Durk need to retaliate and slide. He's not gonna slide. You know, he claims he already slide, but it's, to be honest, I'm not saying Durk not gonna slide, but he gotta be strategic with it, because I mean, if he does it right now, well, things are still kind of hot, you know, and he got other cases pending, everybody's gonna look at him anyway. You know, he's gonna be a prime suspect, even if the signs don't point to him. So he's got to slide strategically. But I mean, I remember that too. Like, everybody was giving him a hard time for a minute, but you know, the internet is undefeated. They don't care really what you do. You know what I'm saying? Because when you going through it, they're like, well, we just gonna keep watching from the sidelines. Good luck. You know, but I feel you. Shoe Fit says Dirk, the bag he got crash dummies for that. True, yeah, he got a bag. I mean, you could do that. Some people, they put the bag up on them, you know what I mean, so to speak. But I notice when you don't do it yourself, speaking from experience, well, not that type of experience, but from what I've seen from the outside looking in, if you don't handle it yourself, usually the people you put the bag up on and do the dirty work, let's just say they always come up sloppy. Somewhere still come up sloppy. You got to get some people that know what they're doing. I've heard of possibly, allegedly, where some people have tried and they just, let's just say they sucked at it. I'll just put it like that. Manny with the kick says, lesson of the day, the streets love nobody, bing bong. That is a fact. That is a fact. Definitely great lesson of the day, Manny. Those dummies taking forever, though. They scared, too. Because if you get caught lacking, it's them, And he's going to say he don't know what they're talking about until they can find proof to lead it to him that he say he did it, Son says, people saying Quando's homie got hit in LA because of the situation. We don't know what really going on behind the scenes. Yeah, we really don't know. But I know Quando ain't really been the same musically since that whole situation happened either. You know what I'm saying? If he even really had it. He had a buzz going, so we obviously know some about him. But he hasn't really moved the same or had the same outcome since that whole situation. So really, if you think about it, everybody lost something in that situation. Shoefit says, what's sad is all these blocks that are claimed by gangs, which I respect, always rep your block, but when you killing your own brothers for streets owned by the white man still just is crazy. Yeah, that's my thing. We gotta stop honestly, we need to just put the guns down for a second and see if we ain't all gotta like each other, but we should all try to find like a common goal, or we can all try to, where we could all be on some positive for the youth, Let me hit this article real quick. Let's see. It really wasn't something that I just had planned. YoungBoy tells XXL about Rich's op. I felt disrespected about something that went on. It was then just for somebody else to be promoted. So I felt like, not going to say those words. He says HISHITBITCH. Don't play with me. I stay ready. So I'm just laying down my law and letting people know, which he didn't say people, I'm here to stay. It's my game and my rules. So NBA YoungBoy, how he came up, he definitely hold it down with no features, like I was telling y'all in the beginning, man. So I don't want to take that away from him at all. While it's unclear who struck this particular chord with the Baton Rouge, Louisiana rapper, he did expand on DJ Academics prior to comments regarding YB Records from the DTTA for reference. Act tweeted on April 28th, NBA YoungBoy, don't try this at home, which that's what that stands for. The DTTAH says, don't try this at home, sells 62K the first week. I think that's not bad numbers, though. You know what I'm saying? That's still good. And then, it's going to it ain't got no way to go. It ain't got no choice but to go up from there. It's really like when it comes to the numbers NBA YoungBoy began, I feel like, man, music don't even sell. All that ish is used to sell anymore. Okay, so he's saying music don't sell like it used to. Got that. Man, it's so much SHIT behind the internet, behind the DSP and sales. This is true. And all that ish, it's so much ish behind it. Ish that people don't even know about, that I ain't even finna explain because I don't even give a F about it. Clearly you do, or you wouldn't even, you had to give some care about it to even know about it too, you know what I'm saying? But maybe he just saying he just done with it, you know what I'm saying? He just accepted it for what it is. Touching on what rap really means to him, YB continues, says, I rap. Man, I'm rapping rapping is my therapy, and that's how I feed my family. That's what I do it for. I don't give a F about no sales. You have to give about the sales, because if you're not selling, you're not finna get no bag. But either way, I'm gonna keep it going. I just had to let them know that they can't even manipulate me with that ish. Stop even trying to throw that statement out there. N-words, I'm paid. I mean, yeah, he's making good money. I say that. I mean, true, I'll give him that. But I get what he's saying too. He does feel like his back is against the wall is what I'm getting from this interview. You know what I'm saying? and this is just all alleged. I'm just reading what's on here. It says, so the question stands: Is NBA YoungBoy, is a YoungBoy Never Broke Again and Lil Durk album release date reincarnation of the 50 Cent was dropping Curtis while Kanye West graduations was due to arrive the same day back in 2007? No, not exactly. Exactly. I could have answered that. No, that was a friendly competition where they were beefing, but it was last thing was going to happen was something serious like that. Says, hey, it's never them. NBA YoungBoy says, replied when he asked if the release was coincidence. Focus on who matter. F that in the album. You heard me. Tell him top coming, and that's all that matters, man. He definitely talking his Louisiana voice. Can't knock that. Lil Durk's album never dropped last night, so that won't be a race to see who hits #1 first or sells the most product. But if they did, right? Who you think would outsell who? Do you think Durk can actually outsell NBA YoungBoy, or do you think NBA YoungBoy can outsell Durk? I think honestly their fan base is somewhat on an equal playing field right now, if you ask me. Instead, he released a new single, All My Life, with J. Cole and moved almost heated to May 26th, which I'm assuming that was the album date to begin with. But don't quote me because I don't work there. I'm just saying I think he baited him in, if you ask me. NBA's initial decision to drop when he thought Durk was releasing could raise brows, since there was a recent claim that YoungBoy Never Broke Again and Durk squashed their beef. Oh, I knew that wasn't squash. Last week, DJ Academics confidently stated while on his live stream that the static between the two rappers had been neutralized. Lil Durk liked a tweet featuring a video that Act stated that were no longer odds as well. Oh, so that's where the whole thing came from. DJ Academics put that out there. OG XO says, what's going on, man? What up? What up? Y'all smash that like button as y'all come in and out right now. Shoot Fit says, right now Durk, but Durk Buzz about to do a die down soon. So you think right now Durk can outsell NBA YoungBoy, but it ain't gonna last long. According to YoungBoy, he's actually been wanting to promote less violence first. He firmly told XXL, when it comes to my Stop the Violence campaign, I took an N-word like Durk like this. Don't speak on me because you not a part of that. And then he called him a B-word. You don't support that. So all things going on, man, I don't bring up my Stop the Violence campaign because at the time I'm on it, wasn't nobody with the ish, bruh. So he's saying he stopped doing the positive music because the numbers weren't doing there. So he started rapping the violent music again because the violence music does numbers, which makes sense. I mean, I get why he's saying he did it. And so I'm still on my own lane. He adds, and I'm still with the campaign. You heard me, but man, it's got to be known. Stay the F out my way and don't mention my name. It's my game, my rules. Regarding YB's Stop the Violence campaign, he shared with Billboard earlier this year that he's apologetic for the volatile impact his music has had on his fans and vowed to clean whatever I can clean, but it's going to take time, just like it took time for me to get to this point. That I feel like YB did that more so for his legal image. He wants to look like as clean as he can be to get off this other case, man. You know what I'm saying? That's just to keep it 100. That's all that was. I'm not saying there wasn't no truth in it, but I believe that's where he got on there. I remember when he did that interview where he was on some positive stuff where he's not going to rap about violence anymore. NBA YoungBoy also posted a video on social media where he was promoting his anti-violence campaign. In November of last year, he captioned the clip, "I'm dead serious, that is for the birds because I'm winning in life, bro. Stop the violence, please, if you support me." YoungBoy and Durk's long-lasting beef dates back several years, presumably around the 2020 prior to the November 6, 2020 death of King Von. There you go right there. We've been saying it this whole stream. Who was signed to the Chicago's rapper OTF, which I think stands for Only the Family label. You know, Only the Family. That's what OTF stands for. Was killed by Lil Tim, an affiliate of a rhymer, Quando Rondo. Rondo is signed to YB's Never Broke Again label. As time progressed, the feud brewed into subliminal disses from Durkio, a.k.a. Durk. Many believe in his 22 track, Aha, he takes an aim at YB in his Never Broke Again collective. YoungBoy aggressively fired back on a song I Hate YoungBoy referencing Durk's late cousin OTF Newton. Okay, got you. Okay, yeah. So this beef, probably they've been taking, it's kind of one of those who can go the lowest situations from what it seems like to me. Let me hit the chat real quick. Let's see. Men of the Kick says beef away sales in the industry. Let's see. Melly Mel says if it was up there, I wouldn't even be worried about nothing they were saying. Okay, got you. Let's see. If I was up there, so yeah, you saying you wouldn't even be worried about none of that. Let's see, what we at? Melly Mel says, I don't know. Kendrick has no beef. Yeah, he doesn't. He keeps a low profile, just makes music and stay out the way. Most definitely. Shoe Fit says, if I was NBA, I would stop rapping just YouTube. He would make more money. Yeah, he could do that. He could do that. Melly Mel says, J. Cole, I can't say he had beef. No, J. Cole, I don't think he's had any beef. He just rapped aggressively on some stuff, but I don't think he's ever had beef. Melly Mel says, Lil Nas only had beef with the industry, but he making it. True. Lil Nas took a different approach. I think he did it just to get more attention, in my opinion. Let's see. Melly Mel says, I guess he had beef with parents telling him how to make his music. Manny with a Kick says, dead ass his first op for J. Cole. Yeah, interesting. Melly Mel says, I haven't seen Post Malone have beef. Only the drugs. Juice World didn't really have beef either. Yeah, they were on some vibe out music though. You know what I mean? They're definitely vibes. I don't think they would be. I don't see him making that type of, neither one of them making that type of aggressive music. You know what I mean? Melly Mel says, the funniest beef I'm seeing today, the Fit Mammy and Freddie Gibbs. Oh, wow. I didn't even know that was a beef. I will say there's one. I like how Soulja just inverted himself into this whole situation and nobody even gave him the energy or time or day. They all just like, oh, okay, yeah, he's back at it again. OGXO says, OFC Juice was about the world and bringing everyone together almost in harmony. Okay, got you. Yes, a little mad, just sold himself, no lie. Yeah, he says Nas sold him. Yeah, a little mad, Lil Nas just sold himself, no lie. Shoe Fit says the beef we gotta be watching is Kanye West and Adidas. I don't think there's gonna be no real beef there. It's funny, I was talking about that. I think with Dunks are in the sold out Discord, which I do have pinned up at the top. I wouldn't be surprised if this rollout goes well with the remaining stock of these Yeezys. I wouldn't be surprised if they try to find a way to slowly ease Ye back into the situation and start letting them sell the product again. I mean, I hate to say it, Ye may have had some truth on what he was saying. Let's see. Melly Mel says, I saw somewhere Soulja sold 500. Oh, wow. I would assume Soulja could at least, I could say so. I don't know what he did, but I assume he did at least 20. You know, so I think he did at least 20. Melly Mel says, bruh, Kanye needs to get some designers because him doing it dolo ain't it with these leggings and socks. He's on a different type of time right now. I'm gonna say Kanye definitely on a different type of time. Kanye on a different type of time. Melly Mel says, Ye in the Nazi. Yeah, I don't want to read that word, but Ye in the you know what thing is crazy. But even in the movie era, the stuff was in there about Adidas. Wow. I didn't even know that. I need to check out the Air movie. I hadn't even checked it out. Melly Mel says, I'm not saying the Jew stuff wasn't crazy. Got you. I mean, Ye he went a little too far and not worded things the best. Let me read the rest of his article real quick, and then I want to go over some of the, which I already kind of covered the lyrics, the main ones that took shots. So when I go on the lyrics part of things, I think we already got majority of that. Lil Durk's girlfriend, India Aria, Rael said, and YoungBoy also traded shots at one another via social media in March. At the time, Durk and India were on the outs, but didn't stop her from defending her father of her child. Just last week, following academics stating that Durk and YB were no more, Durkio posted on social media, I ain't friends with no N-words, assume face Unassumed face emoji. Stop it. No name was mentioned, so the message was apparent subliminal. Days later, YB sounded off on both Durk and Ack on Instagram Live. He added Durk. He said, "You know what, a nasty, and you know academics. You're pure. I guess he called him fat. And I'm not gonna put that word out there. It says, who mouth gonna be the reason for reason you know now invalid. YB says at Durk, LOL. You ever realize you only get a buzz when one of your friends? Wow, that's kind of messed up. Think about it. It's scary, bum. You know I ain't lying, and that's a fact. So he definitely talking. He taking below the shot belts. You know what I'm saying? Despite the blistering jabs and toss backs and forth were subliminal or direct, fans of both YB and Lil Durk will be tuning into both of their respective efforts and ordering unwavering support. So pretty much, yeah, that's it right there. And then it goes on to like other beefs in hip hop. So I mean, you haven't lived on the rock. Jay-Z and Nas have beefed at one point. I just want to touch on this real quick. Jeezy and Gucci Mane, one of the biggest ones. Meek Mill and Drake, yeah, poor Meek. He hasn't been the same since. Game and 50, very interesting. That one was okay. Lil Wayne and Birdman, yeah, we've had a lot of countless of hip hop beefs. I didn't know French Montana and Jim Jones had beef before. Didn't even know that. I didn't even know they were beefing. Ice Cube and Common, I didn't know they had beef. Interesting. Drake and Chris Brown, I remember that one. Fat Joe and 50, I remember that one. Yeah, I didn't know all those people had beef, man. But I do want to touch on the lyrics on just the straight shots that everybody got, and then we're gonna close things out for the night. I'm gonna be on here about another 15 minutes. Look like I looked up on the Genius, so they already pretty much all the dirty like cheap shots, so I don't have to rep the whole song. How do y'all feel about the song though in general? Do you think it's actually pretty good, or do you think it's just like, I mean, to me, YoungBoy music, I think it's just for the young bucks for me, man. So I kind of already read some of this. It says, talk to Drake, cross FaceTime. He wasn't feeling me, told me that he F with Durk, and that was getting to me. So that was one of the things that bothered me. He says, told me that ish. He said he told me he liked doing ish. He liked the ish I'm doing, but can't do ish with me. So when we cross our ways, he said after. So I kind of already read that. So this is where he took the shots at J. Cole, which I read. This said J a hoe. That N-word played at Cole, so that's how you know he's talking about J. Cole like he was going to do a feature. So I text his line and muscle sign, yeah. So he pretty much, yeah. And then I want to go over some other parts where he took shots at too. He says, hold on so long when it's been trying to X me, and I know when the rain pour, it could be me. Okay, I'm going to be gone. So that's where he kind of ran. So this is the shot he took at Yachty right here. I know we didn't cover this too much, but he says, play with me, Lil Yachty, mad about JT, and then he called him an F word, but not the actual F word. So it looks like there was shots. I don't know what the straight bullet at Yachty for, and I saw where Yachty even was saying like, man, I don't see why I got into this. And he says, singers putting tattoos across their face, F wrong with these N-words. My thing is, even if he's trying to get at Drake for being a singer and has a face tattoo, which is very, very light, he has face tattoos too. Like, that's, how can you really take a shot at that? Then he also goes at, go ask Jay Prince, which you don't want it with those people, man. I hate to say it, but those people really been, moving on some different type of time. He says, I'll kill your daddy, B word, I ain't worried about N word. So, yeah, man, this, and for the little kids listening to this, man, he says, I birthed you young N words, and he calls them B word, I bound to kill an infant. Wow. So, dude was definitely on some aggressive time on this like whole diss. And I will say this: these songs don't last. They don't make them long like they used to anyway. So honestly, this was hopefully, just NBA YoungBoy blowing off steam, so to speak, man. I think that's all we're gonna cover on this one. I'm gonna definitely just hit the rest of the chat real quick and just talk the beef in general. But yeah, this whole situation really I'm not gonna say it's caught us off guard, but my thing is this: I think as far as it's gonna go, hopefully, and this is a good thing, that it just stays right there on the internet where they go back and forth and just make money off of it. Because I don't want to see no more lives lost in that whole situation at all. You know what I mean? I don't want to see no more lives lost in that whole entire situation. Let me hit the chat real quick. Let's see. OGXO says, man, I couldn't even get the Jarritos. They were 300 before resale, and bots cooked it out. And would you prefer older dunks? Because I do. Yeah, I like the OGs more, but those Jarritos, they definitely hit. But I don't want them for like, I don't want to pay resale for them. But Dunks got those joints, so I mean, they look pretty nice. But I mean, I wasn't nothing I was really going too crazy for over to begin with, though. So I really wasn't tripping on them. Just to keep it 100. Melly Mel says, "Damn, my fault. I'm putting out spoilers. You good? You good, homie? You good? I mean, that me. If I'm gonna watch it, I'm gonna watch it regardless. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't gonna really trip on it. So yeah, I just dropped my phone. My bad. I mean, I ain't gonna trip on it. It says Manu with the Kick says everything see through ain't the wave. Yay, wildin' out here. No Nick Cannon. Yeah, I mean his fits are definitely on a different level. I'm gonna say that he's definitely on a different type of time when it comes to the fits. Shoe Fit says me and Nike says got beef if they don't start making more pairs of shoes. OGXO says facts. I'm about to throw hands with them. Melly Mel says, man, y'all saw them. You saw the man Wayne walk off stage in concert tragic. I thought he just canceled the show. I don't know what happened. He says was man when Wayne walked off stage. Yeah, I heard the crowd wasn't turning up like he wanted them to. If you're talking about that, so yeah, Wayne has been known to like if the crowd don't turn up to like how he want to, then you know he will say like, all right, you know, cool, thank y'all for your time, but y'all not hype enough for him or something like that. I've seen it where Lil Wayne have slipped on stage, you know what I'm saying, and failed. So I've seen that happen as well. Let's see. Shoe Fit says, what's tragic is my L account on sneakers. Manu the Kick says, French Montana homeboy, my bad, I said homeboy with Max B. He irritated that beef from Jim. He inherited that beef from Jimmy. Okay, he inherited the beef. Got you. Because I guess Max Beef was beefing. Okay, so inherited the beef. I got what you're saying. Melly Mel says, man, y'all need to get on the Nike OF1 NFT. It's only 106K. Okay, so yeah, I think you was putting that in the Discord earlier. So I don't know, but see, the whole NFT thing is kind of just confusing to me too. I'm trying my best to understand it, but I haven't been able to like comprehend it all the way. That's how I really haven't like dived all the way in on it. Melly Mel says only 106,453 to be exact. OG Go says, oh, he might be talking about the Wayne's brother. Okay, their father passed away. Okay. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I didn't know that, man. RIP. RIP for sure. Mental Kick says 20 a pop, Melly Mel for the NFT. Yeah. I mean, I think Kwame, and I know he's not in here today, I think Kwame said he was going to sign up for that joint for sure, man. So, honestly, I mean, if it's $20, it ain't going to hurt. I think, you know what I'm saying? Melly Mel says, bet, they are easy to understand this way for intro users. Okay, yeah. Definitely put the more info out there because I definitely read everything, especially when I got a downtime. Y'all know I be trying to be up on it, so definitely put any info out there because I definitely want to learn more about it. I've seen some stuff, but it still be slightly confusing for me because I'm new to it. You know, I know NFTs has been kind of, a lot of people don't understand it. I know it's not just me too, man. Y'all smash the like button, sub up. But back to this NBA and Durk beef. I'm very curious where this goes. At this point, I don't feel like this. It may to be to the point where there's no point of return, because I mean there's deaths involved, there's death and shootings involved, and you know, to be honest, it would be nice to see it squashed, but I don't see this one being squashed without some else got to take place. And I hate to sound negative, but something else got to take place. Somebody got to do something. You know what I'm saying? It's been, you know, my thing is I'm tired of the internet beef though, but at the same time, I don't want anything negative to happen either. So that's just where my mindset is at with things. Let's see. Melly Mel says, you don't have to pay gas fees and stuff. You just get it paying with a card. Okay. Nike made a least part easy. Okay, so he made the less part easy. Durk and NBA, man, sad, man, just sad. Yes, it's super sad. They just need to live life. Exactly. But like I said, with the shooting involved and all that, different type of time. And NBA YoungBoy, Durk could probably be at that level where he could mature things up, but NBA YoungBoy, who knows, man? He just seems like a loose cannon right now, so to speak. And at that age, that's usually how it goes, you know. Melly Mel says, enjoy that money and fame and they have. Yeah, exactly, man. Just enjoy the fruits of your labor, so to speak. That's definitely a good thing, you know. A lot of people need to do that more, you know. And NBA YoungBoy, no matter how you slice and dice it, he has a tremendous work ethic. And so does Durk, you know what I'm saying? But you got to give them both their credit. You know, I'm trying to give them both their flowers. OGXO says, right, everyone needs to just settle down and be rich already. Just got it easy. They need to invest in stocks or some and stop being on each other's sacks. Pause. But you are right. No, Tom. Exactly. I feel you, man. There's no tomorrow. Like, you know, I mean, live life. I get it. I completely get it, man. That's why, like me, I be so mellow. Like, I have my beefs here and there, but at the same time, honestly, I'm not on that type of time anymore. And I think it just comes with age and just maturity. Usually I used to be, back in the day, I was the guy on go, you know. But now it's kind of like, you know what, man? Stop giving people unnecessary energy sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Try to be on more of a positive vibe. Melly Mel says, kind of like Ja Morant, he throwing his ish away. It's dumb. He's done, man. Yeah. I hope somebody really, and I know somebody's already talked to him. Like I was saying in the Sold Out Discord with Ja Morant real quick, and we're going to close things out for the night. I know for a fact he's gonna had several talking tos from the OGs, you know what I'm saying? Because the NBA, they really try to look out for their own, but at the same time, they can't be with him every single day. He's got to make some moves and decisions on his own. And if his mind ain't there to make it, then, you know, it is what it is probably what they're saying. Because I'm pretty sure all of them will tell you, like they did their own fair share of dirt growing up, you know, in the NBA. The only difference is they didn't have the internet back then the way they do now. Or they didn't have social media the way they do now, you know. So different type of time, you know. They probably easily could have did this back in the day and nobody would have batted an eye at it because there was nobody with a phone with a camera putting it on the internet. And why is your homies live in the first place doing that? You know what I'm saying? So I know everybody keeps saying don't blame his friends, but at the same time, he got to be different when he go back around those guys. I'm not saying don't hang out with your buddies, but you got to also be on some like, man, you know how they watching me right now. I got to move different. Not saying you can't party, but do that ish inside the house off the internet. You know what I'm saying? Off the internet. Take a break from the internet. Not everything ain't for the internet. OG says, same here, 59 ties, but we need to be a unity for the community. I agree. Manually Kick says, senseless beef making a song or album together, hellish money. Exactly, man. Make an album together, but I feel like part of Durk probably is thinking like if he was to try to squash things, it's not gonna play out in his favor, and it's probably bothering because he know my homie literally died for this, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like he's gotta carry on the beef too. I know I would feel some type of way like that, thinking like that as well. So I don't know what Durk is thinking, but that's my thing where he could easily be thinking on something like that too. You never know what people's mind are on, man. You know what I'm saying? Not at all. But we've been on this joint, hour and 28 minutes, man. Y'all smash the like button, sub up to the channel, man. And definitely, man, just to piggyback off Manny one more time, man, just honestly, just work hard and get money and try to stay out the way. That's just what I'm on. So really, I would like to see the violence just kind of slow down, but it wouldn't be hip hop if we didn't have beef too, though. Just to keep it 100, hip hop is also built off of beef, so we can't really, you know. Back then, though, it's just you made a song and this person made a song, and they mostly fought more back in the day. Now, it ain't too much fighting now. That's a difference, too, that we always say, too. Like, back in the day, we actually fought. And, you know, you'd be cool with the person within the next week or two. But now, it ain't no coming back, if you catch my drift. OGXO says, let's see. Gotcha, man. Take care, bro. I'm going to be a sneaker YouTube, etc. So he says, I'm going to be a sneaker YouTube and Act soon. Okay, cool, man. Appreciate that. Appreciate you for coming through. I'm about to close things out for the night, man, too. Been on this joint coming up on the hour and 30-minute mark, man. Appreciate everybody be coming through, showing live, showing just coming through on the live and kicking it with your kid, man, on Music Mondays. Look like Dunks missed this one because he probably getting to the bag. So salutes to Dunks as always. Hopefully he should be back with us on Wednesday for just a regular sold out. So appreciate y'all for coming through and being so active in the chat. It makes it so much smoother and transitional too whenever I'm going through these lives. So man, y'all don't realize y'all be really helping the kid out, and I appreciate the A1 day ones and even all the people that's new that comes in and out of lives that's been showing the kid nothing but love. Smash the like button, man. Really means a long way. And of course, y'all know I will be back with more content, and I definitely got sold out Wednesdays. Me and Dunk should be handling that out. New merch is slowly coming, slowly but surely. Son Keem says, have a nice night, man. Looking forward to more sneaker videos, too. Appreciate that, most definitely. Most definitely, because more sneaker content is most definitely on the way. But other than that, let's close things out for the night, man. Enjoy times with your loved ones, man. And I will be back officially on Wednesday with Dunks. Smash the like button, sub up, and I'm officially out this thing, man. Peace.